Aarti ma'am, would you want to share your screen first?
Nupur, let me know when I can start.
Yeah, वो लाइव का आइकन आ रहा होगा ना?
We will start, Northi.
Yeah, we are live. Yeah.
We are live. Okay.
All
Good
right.
evening, everyone. I welcome you all on behalf of MLC core team of YOSI to this wonderful evening. I'm very proud to say that today is our 20th session, and in the past, we have covered very, very important topics which are related to medico-legal aspects in ophthalmology, like consent, Consumer Protection Act, record keeping, indemnity insurance, how to respond to a legal notice, medico-legal issues regarding cluster tasks and cluster endophthalmitis, telemedicine and its medico-legal aspects, cataract surgery and related medico-legal aspects, ROP and its medico-legal aspects, issuing medical certificates, intravitreal anti-VEGF and related medico-legal aspects, billing-related medico-legal aspects, medico-legal issues related to mass cataract surgeries in CAMS, medico-legal aspect related to refractive surgeries, NMC guidelines for ophthalmologists, medico-legal issues related to violence against doctors and healthcare professionals, life surgeries and its medico-legal aspects, criminal and civil responsibility of the hospital as per the new criminal law. And our last session was on very important topic called permission for eye hospitals and legal licensing. And today is our 20th session wherein we are going to discuss marketing related medico-legal aspects in ophthalmology. I should be thanking here all our panelists who have always been part of our MLC sessions. We have with us Dr. Anand Deshpande sir, who is director and eye surgeon at Guru Prasad Netra Rugnalaya at Aurangabad. He is chairman Indian Medico-Legal Consulting Services Private Limited. He is co-chairman of Legal Committee of AIOS. He is faculty of law and visiting professor to Symbiosis Law College in Pune. He is National Law University Aurangabad faculty for management services, BAMU Aurangabad. He has written various books like Legal Aspects in Ophthalmology, to name a few. I'm sorry for this. We have with us Dr. Manoj Chandra Mathur sir, who is senior consultant in glaucoma and comprehensive ophthalmology at Swaroop Eye Center in Hyderabad. He is presently the honorary treasurer of AIOS. He is past advisor and president of Telangana Ophthalmological Society and Hyderabad Ophthalmologist Association. He is co-chair of Health Insurance and TPA Committee of AIOS. He has been a member of Medico-Legal and Ethics Committee of AIOS in the past. He has been twice member of Managing Committee AIOS, and he has also served as a member of Advisory Board of IGO. Thank you so much, Manoj sir, for being with us. I'm really sorry. I think I have missed one slide for Prakash Marathe sir. I'm going to introduce him shortly. Meanwhile, I'm very grateful to our speaker today, Dr. Krishna Prasad Kudlu sir, who is medical director at Prasad Netralaya Group of Super Speciality Eye Hospitals in Karnataka. He's trustee of Netra Jyoti Charitable Trust. He's president of Karnataka Ophthalmic Society. He's editor proceedings All India Ophthalmological Society in charge. He is former chairman of Vision Committee of Government of Karnataka. He is trustee of Yashashwini Farmers Cooperative Health Schemes of Government of Karnataka. He is director at Netra Jyoti Institute Optometry and Paramedical and Allied Health Sciences as well. He is chairman of Udupi District Cricket Association as well. So far, he has tested and treated more than 16 lakh patients, out of which 50% were examined in free eye camp checkups. And so far, 1 lakh plus surgery has been done, out of which 50,000 surgeries are done free of cost. Number of free spectacles distributed is around 8 lakhs. And more than 1,20,000 people has pledged their eyes so far, and more than 720 corneal transplantations has been done successfully. He has attended all major national and international ophthalmic conferences as faculty, guest speaker, and presented expertise, vision, opinion in the field of ophthalmology, and shared experience of ophthalmology practices. He has organized various conferences. He has organized conference like COSCON State Level Ophthalmic Conference in the year 2010, which was a great successful conference. So he has won various awards. To name a few, he was honored with state's highest civilian award, Karnataka Rajyotsava Award 2019, state's highest civilian title, NODOJ in 2021, Udupi District Kannada Rajyotsava Award 2012, Aryabhat International Award 2013, Giants International Award 2012. He was also honored and awarded with gold medal in IIRSI in New Delhi. He has received various orations from different state societies across the country. So we are very grateful to Kudlu sir. He has joined us as a speaker. So meanwhile, we'll take some comments from our panelists. Over to you, Anand Deshpande sir, for your few words of motivation to us.
Yes. Motivation about the motivation. Good evening, Kudlu. Because after a
Sir,
long
good
time
evening,
we are
Deshpande sir. Good evening.
The motivation of this is very, very high, and particularly Aarti and Tripathi has continued this. The best program that I will say, because it is needed to all the ophthalmologists. And secondly, knowledge of the medical legal is meager to the ophthalmologists. So there is a need of this type of the sessions, and we have covered many sessions which are practically useful in the practice of the ophthalmologist. So this is a very good activity that is started. Thanks for the people who are doing it.
Thank you so much, Anand Deshpande sir. My apologies, Marathe sir. I just missed your slide. So we have with us Dr. Prakash Marathe sir, who is great source of motivation for all of us. He is currently consultant ophthalmologist at Netra Yogi Eye Clinic in Pune. He is past president of Maharashtra Ophthalmological Society, Pune Ophthalmological Society, and Indian Medical Association, Pune. He is member Legal Affair and Expert Group Committee of AIOS. He is chairman of Maharashtra chapter of ISMS ICS. He is past managing committee member of AIOS. He is past senior vice president of IMA Maharashtra State. He is honorary secretary Social Security Scheme of IMA Maharashtra State. He has been awarded with various prestigious awards. To name a few, he has received President's Appreciation Award by National IMA Headquarters, New Delhi in the year 2018 and 2022. President's Appreciation Award by IMA Maharashtra State for the year 2013, 2014, 2018, 2020 and 2021. President's Special Felicitation Award by IMA Maharashtra State for the year 2021. POS late Dr. Asha Kelkar Award 2022 by Pune Ophthalmological Society. And over to you, Marathe sir, for your comments.
Thank you, Dr. Aarti. I think it is the wonderful webinar series which has been held by YOSI almost more than a year. Maybe we'll be completing 2 years. And so many topics are covered. Every time we feel that people are curious about what should be the next topic. And we feel that the topics are almost over. No, they are not over. So every time the new topic is coming up. And that particular topic is so important that after the discussion, we come to know that this particular topic is very important for general ophthalmologists, for youngsters, for senior ophthalmologists. And that particular armamentum of medical legal aspects must be there in your practice, day-to-day practice. And I think with these words, let's start our webinar. Our speaker, wonderful speaker, Dr. Kudlu sir is there, along with Dr. Deshpande sir and Manoj Chandra Mathur and team of YOSI. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Thank you so much, sir. Dr. Krishna Prasad Kudlu sir, over to you for your presentation.
Thank you, Aarti. It was, I did not know that you covered almost every aspect in medical legal case. It was really awesome, actually. I think probably if you are having a record, I will talk with our General Council of India Ophthalmological Society so that I can put it across the editor proceedings so that people also know about that, how best you have done, and that will be very, very useful to all your all our members also. So I also welcome our treasurer of AOS, our dear friend, senior most ophthalmologist, Dr. Manoj Chandra Mathur sir is also here. I welcome you, sir. So just I will share my screen now.
By the way, Dr. Kudlu sir, all these recordings of this particular webinar are available on YouTube.
Yeah.
So it's very well that
I'm going to. So there will be. going to can you see my screen, sir?
Yes,
So
yes,
your
yes.
screen is visible.
Yes,
You
sir.
can just go
Sir,
on the
can you hear
slideshow
me?
mode so that your slide.
Yeah, no, no. My voice is clear for you.
Your voice is cracking. Voice is cracking.
Okay. Thank you so much again, Arti, and the whole team of UC. I love to work with UC because the all office barriers and everybody in UC team always I'm so much happy to work with them because one of my consultant, Dr. Sharath Hegde, is also part of UC and he is also so much contributing towards especially the activity regarding the retina. So today my talk, medical legal aspect of healthcare marketing. It took a lot of time for me to prepare, and it is also very difficult. In spite of busy schedule, whatever the best possible, I try to prepare these slides. So there is no financial disclosure for this particular talk. So coming to all hospital want more patient. I think we all want more patient, of course. How can we have a more patient? So definitely we need to have people started doing health marketing that helps in organization and also services gain visibility and reach their initiatives such as uh, when we start doing the marketing, whenever you buy a new medical equipment or new medical advancement, or when you introduce in new health insurance plans, that is like when you do your own insurance plans or when you do the community health programs. So different types of health marketing is there, like you may have a traditional advertisement, like for example you put a hoardings or you put a banners across, or the most important thing today, my mainstay of my talk is digital marketing. The digital marketing is nowadays most of them is eyeing on that. You can have a public relations, like having some public relation or officer who can visit different doctor and tell about your facility. Also you can have content marketing through digital, again through the digital platform, and also you can have some sort of social media tactics. So what are the four P's of healthcare marketing? First, let me talk about the product. So especially it could be a specific health service or procedure or program. For example, you buy a LASIK machine or you buy a one femto cataract, that calls something like a product. So you have to tell to the patient that you are having such a product with you. Then coming to the place where this product is actually present, that is either your hospital or outreach location. So the place that which implies how and where these services or program can be accessed. So coming to the promotions, importantly, how frequently you communicate with the people. That means that involves the strategies to raise the awareness and also demand for this service. This is very, very important. In the end, I'm going to talk about the price. So price, that means it might be include monetary or non-monetary factors, either charged directly to the consumer or to a government or NGO program. For example, like uh, whether you do camps or you tell the people about claims of which is you are going to give a competitive price, or something called you are giving a something called credits. So credit means I just want to tell you about, suppose some of the credit schemes has been introduced by some of the insurance company like Bajaj Finance. They come to you, patient did not have to pay, rather they'll have that insurance tie-up with that Bajaj Finance. I am giving you the example so that they'll have something called credit scheme. So this is what normally they do. So what about the marketing? First is about the advertisement. Especially you can have the lot of people will have the agency. So this what the agency people their job to create some brand value. So they do it something called branding of your hospital or what product or what equipment you're going to put, and also especially the research. So research means which market you are going to sell. For example, you cannot, this is they will do the research. Like you cannot, like for example, I am having now Visumax or smile treatment in my hospital. You cannot sell Smile, or you cannot have this equipment in especially tier 3 or a smaller city. That's called research. So they will do the research, then followed by they'll do the strategy. Of course, do that, all those things you require internet. That's how they sell the product. So coming to the what are the important ways to today, my main talk about what are the grievance or what are the problems you may have if you do a wrong marketing or wrong sort of advertisement through a digital media. Because we all know that we know that whatever the points I'm going to say, that even that implies to the whatever you do, even with the traditional marketing, like if you put the wording or if you put a banners, that also the whatever the things I'm going to say, that implies for that also. So the important ways to optimize your marketing strategy, some people will have something called a search engine optimization. You can have a online reviews also. You can have a blog post also. A lot of people nowadays do. People are started doing social media marketing also. Then there is something called patient referrals. Patient can send patient like a new patient. That is something very good for the hospital. A lot of my friends have been seeing that they even do the email marketing also. And also some people even do video marketing also by showing their product through something called video marketing. But about the CRS system, that is nothing but a customer relationship management system. Oh, so what that is some most of the hospital nowadays they're adapting this CRS system in their hospital. Nothing but you have to reply. The system people they'll reply. Whether it is a reply to the positive reply, whatever they tell you are about the best of your service, or you also should reply to the negative reply also. But most important, you need to have a consistent follow-up. So coming to the patient mix, normally see how if you think about the data, see only 10% of the patient may come as a your emergency patient. Like for example, patient know that suppose my hospital now we work 24 into 7 and 365 days. So patients of this hospital, they are our they know hospital they'll have all kinds of emergency, like something called, they come directly, like if they have got a corneal tear or chemical burst, something like that. So only 10% of the patient directly come to you. But if you, these are the literature I've taken some of the from the internet. But if you think that 30% of the patient normally they come like walk-ins, especially which is through the whatever the marketing you do, like through any of the social media. So these 30% patient directly come to you only by seeing whether you like Instagram, WhatsApp, Facebook, or Snapchat. All these things, they normally 30% of patient come. But if you see that 60% patient comes as an institution referral. What exactly institution refer? They might have tie-up with some of the small clinics, or they might have even tie-up with some of the insurance companies, and so many other referral practice. So see, the major chunk you are having the 60% of referral practice. So coming to the major, what think that 40%, 1 second, just a slide. I cannot want to hide this. Can you hear me? Yeah. So health is happening on major social network. So for normally they say they use social media to find their healthcare related consumer reviews. Like for example about the treatment of the physician. Then 1/3 of the people are using YouTube, Facebook and Twitter to find a medical information, research and also share their symptoms, even to offer opinion about the doctors, drugs, health plan and treatments. Very important. See, 1/3 of the patient. Out of 4 into 1 out of 4 patient, 1:4, they have posted about their health experience, because the patient-centric content creation and engagement happens here in the social media that you need to look at. So coming to the, see, think about Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Snapchat, WhatsApp, LinkedIn. See, in India, I was going through the overall data, 30 million social media users are there. So if you think daily, almost 3 hours they spend monthly expenditure. So social media presents a significant market for health promotion. So they social media will educate the people about the relevant elements, how it enhance the quality of life also, and of course that also patients are sharing their experience. So coming to the health education, best way to advertise. So clause number 5.1 of Indian Medical Council, that is now it is National Medical Council, NMC, but where the Indian Medical Council regulation 2002 states that physician as good citizens possessed of special training should be disseminate advice on public health issues. That means they say that you can do never go wrong. If you educate the patients about the health care is okay. Like I just want to give you one example. For example, you can educate the patient. You can educate the patient like about the disease. Like you can educate the patient about cataract. You can educate the patient about glaucoma, something like that. But telling in the media or telling any of the advertisement, I will cure glaucoma 100%, that is wrong. For LASIK, 100% spectacle free, that is wrong. But you can tell about the disease and you can give the patient awareness, but you cannot give this kind of false promise. Like, for example, I will cure glaucoma 100%, which is not going to be possible. Or for those who are having LASIK or SMILE, 100% spectacle, who will give 100%? That nobody cannot give. So this is what the clause number 5.1 of Indian Medical Council say. So what are the benefits of social media? So especially you'll have patient care support, you'll have a quick response and you can answer very quickly on their queries also. You can have especially, you can raise your brand awareness. That means advertise, you can tell your what events you are doing, what research activity doing, or what facility you are having. You can have a patient engagement. Sometimes patient can, especially not much in ophthalmology, especially if you think about dermatology, they can discuss the stigma of tops of without fear of coming to the hospital. Most of the doctors charge also that. Then about you can educate the patient, especially you can reach is quick that helps to realize the importance of preventive health. So coming to the, of course, you may have a promotions that in promotion rates also. And of course, you can have the enhanced brand loyalty. What are the challenges in social promotion? This is really important.
Krishna Prasad, sir,
Suppose,
sorry for the interruption. Your net seems to be very unstable. So in between, we're not able to hear you clearly. So is it possible for you to change your network?
now,
Sir, it's better now.
no, I'm having only one network. Now it's better, no? Okay, no?
Yes, sir.
Is it
Maybe
okay?
yeah, maybe we can continue, sir.
Yeah. So what are the challenges in the social media promotion? I'm so sorry, but I'm helpless now to change my internet.
Kudlu, you please switch off your video and go on speaking.
Okay. Now,
Now it should be all right. Yeah.
okay. So what are the challenges in social media promotions, especially message control? Suppose because of you send a message, the speed is so much, it's difficult to control that. And also it's difficult to respond and manage the mistake. Suppose if you send a message, you can't delete for everyone or something like that, but people might have already shared to someone, then you can't do anything. Then of course, you need to have a privacy and security breaches, like you can have a good safeguard personal information. It is very, very important. You need to have maintaining the profession, and you need to know what is your limits. That is very, very important. And properly vetting the influence that you use. So whatever, when you using some of the influencers to brand your products, you need to be very, very careful. So you need to have that limit with you. So coming to the maintaining and ethical distance, always I believe that we should not give a professional advice or treatment because you could not liable for adverse effect. Like for example, patient may tell I am having a itching. Patient might be having a corneal ulcer. You advise a steroid, which is wrong. Then they can sue you also. So you have to be very, very careful. So next slide, not moving. Can you hear me?
So you are audible.
Yes.
You are audible
Yeah,
and
you're
very
audible,
nicely
no?
audible now.
Yeah. Coming to the return on investment, that is also we need to always see some of the social media is free. You can send anything in the WhatsApp, which is free. But creating a content and time consuming, also expensive. Suppose you can have that agency, they charge a huge money. Of course, thinking that some of our, if you have the junior consultant, I don't want to tell, they spend crores of money for social media and they're also earning well. If you have our Oftal colleague, I don't want to name them. Then the last one is the replying to every movement and also tweet, that also take your personal time also. That is also very, very important. So coming to the legal implications, self-advertisement. Indian Medical Council Professional Conduct, that is Regulation 2002, prohibits the same. That means clause number 6.1, what it says, a physician shall not make use of him or his or her name as a subject of any form or manner of advertisement through any mode which is of such a character
Now
as
you
to
are not
invite
audible.
attention to him. Sir, sir, can
Yes,
you hear
yes.
me?
Now you have become audible. Yes.
Yeah. Attention to him or to his profession. You can see my screen now, sir.
Yes, your screen is visible, sir. In between, your voice is
Yeah,
just like.
I don't know. There might be some heavily raining in Udupi. That might be the reason.
Okay, sir. No problem.
So
I
invite
think don't
attention.
go away from your mic. That is the only thing.
Yeah,
Whenever you are back, your sound is breaking.
yeah. So to his professional position, skill and qualification, achievements, attainments, special ties, appointment, associations, affiliations or honors, and or of such character as would be ordinarily result in self-aggrandizement. That means, see, as a person, suppose you cannot like directly tell, like you cannot do your own publicity in the any of the social. This is the legal implication. That means a physician should not make use of his or her name. That is very, very important. They directly cannot do. I think in the end, I will definitely ask Dr. Deshpande sir that some of them are telling that only once you can do in their career and all when they are starting their practice. I need to discuss with him in the end of my presentation. So coming to the uploading and clinical data and photos. Of course, like for example, you are having a OCT photo or you are having a fundus photo or CT or PET scan on social media, which is not advisable. Once an image is posted in social media, it becomes a data of social media company or general public. So what clause 7.17 of the regulation specify that a registered medical practitioner shall not publish photographs or case reports of his or her patient without their permission in any medical or other journal in a manner by which their identity could be made out. So if the identity is not to be disclosed, the content is not needed. So without permission, you cannot do at all. This is very, very important. So recently, Government of India has, that is the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, has come out something called Disha Act. What is Disha Act? Digital Information Security Health Act. which possess to safeguard the data from Indian healthcare industry, providing the patient to complete control over their health information. So what Section 43A1 Information Technology Act 2000 say that if you have a severe healthcare data breach, even doctor may have a 5-year imprisonment and a fine of 5 lakh, provided we should prove the carelessness and also personal intent, dishonesty, which has to be proven. So unless and until it is not been proven, they will not have any kind of any problem. But you have to be very careful about this Disha Act also. So coming to the ethical issue, especially purchasing a likes or purchasing a followers, which is going to be the something you should not do. Sharing patient testimonials or recommendation or reviews on the social media without their permission, that is very, very important. Displaying impressive result which may not be able to emulate for each patient, giving a viewer a false sense of belief. You should not do that. So drafted regulation through a chapter 6 of Disha regulation very clearly state that any violation of this regulation or other applicable acts related to a medical practice which are in force shall constitute a professional misconduct. So you have to be always keep eye on that. So coming to the defamation. So any negative remarks made about, a lot of people do this one. They should never do, especially remarks about your competitors or consumers on the social media or on any of the platform. Some could potentially lead to defamation lawsuits. To mitigate this risk, ensure all content posted in a factual and which is not harmful to anybody. So coming to the label, what is label? It is a act of writing false information about another person or organization with the knowledge that is which is untrue. So anytime your company compares itself to another businessman on social media, you must be careful not to comment this label. This is very, very important. So if it's proven, of course, there are incidents, their degree has been suspended. So you have to be very, very careful. So coming to the honesty, while the laws regarding the transparent in social media is not yet been, still is bit cloudy. There is not exact regulation or law has been actually formulated. Law department, also National Medical Council regarding the transparency of the social media. But always represent your company honestly over the social media. Oh, it hurts your reputation to put out information that turns out to be the false always. So may also the subject to false advertisement suits you. If you make a claims, you cannot back up also. That is very, very important. So similarly, even suppose if you give a discounts or promotions on the social media, might be considered false advertisement if you are not honored. So if you put a discount, like then if the patient come back, you tell that I will not give you, that means you are not honoring what you are given in the social media. So coming to my last slide, so how to weigh out? Always share a peer-reviewed and validated information. That means you need to have always backup information about what you are writing. Especially you may have a backup information through some journal or some of the article from the American Academy or article from Indian Journal. Whatever, you need to have a something backup information. So sharing in professional or institutional, especially some you may have, like suppose if you're sharing in a WhatsApp group, you can have something called view message once they view, then it will delete. That is going to sometimes save your skin. You have to be, I think, I whatever I felt I have written here. So always be honest in your claims. Do not make outlandish promise and claims also, that sometimes that may backfire also. Protect patient data and identity. You should not be sharing. Make business contract when you are hiring a influencer. Suppose someone big man or some celebrity is advertisement for you, or you are doing some this kind of activity. Always you need to have this business contract with them so that it will save your skin also. So you should have a social media policy and a legal agreement. I think that is very, very important. In the end, thank Arti and the whole team of YOSI for this wonderful opportunity. I think, thanks again. And back to you.
Thank you so much, sir, for the detailed talk. I'm sure many of us will say that we have learned so many new things when it comes to marketing in ophthalmology. So I have a question for Deshpande, sir. Sir, have you come across any case currently which is going on because of the marketing issues?
Yes, I had a few cases about the issues of marketing and moreover of the defamation. That is also a case I have come across. In marketing, particularly when there is, as a rule, the Supreme Court has given the decision that health profession is a health industry. And the first thing, important thing is that the hospitals which are registered under the corporate law, trust law, cooperative law, they are not under the National Medical Council. Who is under the National Medical Council? Doctors are under the National Medical Council and they are having registration registered under the Medical Council Act. So the inhibitions or the restrictions which are there, it is for doctors and not for hospitals, because hospitals are not at all under them. So they are at corporate, and so all the rules and regulations of the corporate body and corporate ethics are allowed to them, and so hospitals can run accordingly. That they do marketing, they do publicity, they can do. Only the thing is that the names of the doctors should not come. I have come across a case, rather than marketing, defamation of the marketing. The doctor was defamated on the Google. So what happened? Some patient was displeased or wanted with some other interest or something gone wrong or having some other interest. He put a wrong thing or a wrong message on the Google. It's okay. Once he puts it, okay. But then it started that his all relations started putting it on the Google. So 1 or 2 or 3 days, there were about 200 messages that doctor is such, doctor is such, doctor is such, doctor is such. And so there was a defamation of the doctor. And so I put a case on the particular patient of defamation. Because the thing is that when you are putting your opinion on the Google, first of all, you should be a patient of that doctor. You cannot be a relation and put the opinion on the Google. And all were relations of the patient and they were putting. So there they have no right to put such things on the Google. So the case was successful and Google asked to remove all those and he was fined for that. So such things may happen. But for marketing, advertising, there are so many things that such and such person is doing advertisement, such and such person is doing, there are complaints, they are investigated, sometimes there are warning is given, but registration is of nobody's registration is cancelled. The thing is that you can do advertisement of your hospital, your corporate hospital, trust hospital, private limited hospital, LLP or whatever it may be. But you cannot include your name in that. Your qualifications, you are there and what you are working there, you cannot include that. The social media, as Dr. Kudlu has explained very nicely, what the extent you can use the social media. Really, social medias are used nowadays on behalf of teaching the patients, patient education. For that purposes, which gives the advertisement of the doctor and the hospital, apart from along with that can be done on the social media under the name of teaching the social the people. Another thing is that with your specific WhatsApp correspondence account, you can communicate to your patient your follow-up, your advice, or he can ask the questions, he can ask your timings, and you, to some extent, you can go for that. In telemedicine also, there are restrictions, social media. So all these is relatively restrictions on the doctors and not on the hospitals. So cases are for advertisements, complaints are there. Practically, cases are not there in the court, which I have,
Sir, many
at least I have not come across.
many corporates do post this thing, an advertisement with doctor's photo or doctor's names. Specifically, if they have 3 or 4 branches in the same city, they they publish the details of the doctors, including their specialty and their sometimes photos and their degrees. So what is the medical legal aspect of that? Can that doctor be sued, or can that doctor be in a trouble in such a advertisement?
The
Only as
thing is that,
information
yeah,
that can be done, especially when a doctor is joining a particular hospital, as an information to the public once it is allowed, but not every time.
I think,
Arti, can you my video? Can I on my video?
of course, of course.
Sure,
Yes, you
sir.
can try. Kudlu, you can
There's
try now.
something
Since the
I cannot
PPT
on
is
my
not
video.
on.
Sir,
Yeah.
I have shared, I have sent you a request to start your video.
Yeah. So, Deshpande sir, see what was the doubt I had asked you, whatever the
yeah,
points I told in my presentation. But
yeah.
one of the slide I am just telling about that what I came to know that not exact law has been really formulated regarding the nuances in the digital media, no sir.
Now, digital media has a lead lot many problems, and particularly we are lacking in over OTT laws are very rare, few. In cyber or also in internets, we are having lot many laws are not there, and so we are not able to control so many things in the nets at present. So in that way, we are lacking in the laws, but the government is trying their best, because now whole criminal law is now changed from 1st of July. Now, the second stage is that is the computer sciences, that is a telecommunication. Then all these internets and social media and all, they are forming the law. Only the question is coming that it being an international thing, how to control in India? If somebody puts it from the outside the India, he cannot be punished. Only Indian people can be taken the cognizance. So there is some lacunae lying, and probably government is thinking how to reform it. But at present, no effective law that much is present which can punish a doctor for that purpose.
Sir, I think there is no law, but there is
Yes.
information technology guidelines are there. And I think on those guidelines,
Yeah, guidelines are
probably,
there, but
yeah,
laws are not.
probably law can be
Yeah.
framed in future. But today, as on what you have said, there are no laws.
Yeah. At present,
Sir,
the thing is that
uh,
if anything happens, the NMC takes the action against the doctor. But somebody has put his name in their advertisement. Suppose hospital advertising, and hospital management has put the doctor's details and doctor's name and his degrees and everything. Doctor is not at fault. The management is at fault. So they cannot sue the management, and doctor is not at fault. So these situations, nobody can take the action.
Can I come
This is
in?
a critical situations.
Hello, may I come in? I think
Yeah.
today's topic about marketing, so many things are very well covered by Dr. Kudlu, and nice input by
Yeah,
Dr. Anand
nice.
Deshpande sir. But few things I like to
Yeah.
add here. One of the questions was there from Dr. Kaushik, and Dr. Manoj Mathur sir also has answered. I think there is opportunity for medical practitioner when he starts the practice. Number one, when there is change of address, when there is addition of qualification, when there is change of timing, when the doctor is going on vacation, I think these are the opportunities the practitioner can take and give advertisement even in newspapers, because these are the allowed things and not direct advertisement is there. Next important thing is what Deshpande sir has said, like there were cases at Maharashtra Medical Council. And when there were some malpractices noted and there were complaints going on, the unfortunate situation was the doctors were not involved in that. It was the institute, it was the corporate. And unfortunately, it is a loophole. And because of that loophole, medical council couldn't take action against those institutes, against those corporate hospitals. And that is an unfortunate situation in India, that probably corporates and medical institutes are escaping, and only direct medical practitioners are being held responsible. So this is the unfortunate situation, and people are taking undue advantage. Today only I saw the bus, on bus front side, back side, door side, everywhere eye institute advertisement was there. And it was very funny that you and I, as simple general ophthalmologists, cannot do a single advertisement. Even display of your board at your clinic, there are some rules and regulations by the medical council. Suppose your clinic is on ground floor, probably that board is sufficient enough. But if your clinic is on third floor, fourth floor, that small size of board is not sufficient enough. There is one chain of hospitals in India, they have framed about the policy about their boards. The board has to be seen when the person is moving on the road. The board should be seen when the person is on the big vehicle that is at the top. Third board should be there. It should be seen from 1 or 2 kilometers. It should be that high. See, these 3 types of boards are there in that chain institutes of various hospitals across the India. But this is not possible in private practitioner's point of view. So I think you should remember these are the limitations. And in Indian scenario, rules and regulations which are framed for doctors, which are not correct, and escape of corporates and bigger hospitals, it's happening even at council level, they are helpless. And that is the big escape that everybody must understand. And I think about social media, what Dr. Kudlu has said, it is the wonderful thing. In one of the presentations I heard, the high profile person, for example, Salman Khan's case, if the person is high profile, probably it is targeted more. If you are low profile, the target is little less. So that is also one of the advice given in one of the talks. So high profile people, they have got risk because their name is big, they are celebrity. Social media is a double-edged weapon. You should always be careful. Suppose you are purchasing the likes, that's what Dr. Kudlu has said, and there is trolling going on nowadays. So you have to be very particular, very peculiar about posting your things on social media. So I think it is the golden point, Suvarna Madhya, what we call it as. It should not be less, it should not be more. And competition amongst our colleagues, blaming our colleagues, writing bad about our colleagues should not be promoted. And ethics, these are framed by Medical Council since so many years. Though they are not correct, we should try to follow the ethics. If you are following the ethics, probably there is no problem. But unfortunately, the situation with corporates and institutes is a little different. So there has to be some way out, which should be taken care at National Medical Commission level with All India Ophthalmological Society. And their guidelines should be framed in such a way that there are representations at NMC level from various organizations. And we should put forward that corporates and institutes are taking undue advantage, and problems of solo ophthalmologists are not resolved properly. Thank you.
I would like to request Dr. Deshpande, sir. He is the chairman of Medical Legal Cell of AIOS. If you want, sir, you can, what Dr. Marathe, sir, said, like Dr. Marathe is also there in the panel. So if you want, we can have a Zoom meeting, discuss these issues, and then if you can frame some guidelines that can be circulated to AIOS members, we will do it.
Yes, that is true.
Yeah, definitely, sir. We will go through with this and we will go ahead with these things. And I think one most important thing is that now there is such a big expansion. The next doorstep, what is going on is not known, or who is there, who is not known. So a person needing the help of for his eyes or any portion of the body, the treatment help, he doesn't understand where to go. And in such circumstances, he has to depend upon the mouth publicity or some publicity like this only. So if there should be a guidelines how the publicity should be done, it should not be exaggerating publicity, but whatever the things are available should be reached to the people, needy people. That rules and regulations if formed, definitely they are going to help the people.
Sure, sir.
And we will go ahead with
Yeah,
your cooperation of the AIOS people. Definitely, I will like to do that.
I'll try to include Dr. Aarti also. I'll request the president. The Dipanshu and Kaushik are there. We will try to. I'll try to.
Sir,
Aarti in it.
we will.
Sir is there. Pankaj Varshni is there. You are there as the chairman.
So we need to correct
let
Dr.
us work on this.
Deshpande sir's
Let us
name.
work on
Name
this.
is still not corrected. I've seen the website. Dr. Deshpande sir's name and everything has to be corrected properly.
That
Still it is
that
pending.
was the initial thing. I think you have got a corrected mail, sir.
No. On email means on website. I've seen yesterday.
On the website.
Yeah.
website. I'll get it done right away.
Please.
Dipanshu, you can ask your question.
Actually, sir, whenever we used to present in, or still when we are presenting in conferences, it is said that you should hide patient identity, face should not be seen, name on the investigation report should not be seen. But recently, what we see is a lot of my colleagues or senior doctors are also posting on Facebook and Instagram photos with patients, what they have done, what is being done, and
I think
complete
basically
photo of the patient.
privacy of the patient's name and patient's face has to be maintained properly, number one. Number two, if at all you are using the photo or video of that particular person and data of that particular person, if it is shared, the consent has to be taken from that patient and relative. If the consent is not taken and if you are putting that thing on social media, I think the person may be in trouble.
In the US, recently, for live streaming of surgical cases, that surgeon was prosecuted and fined. We have a tendency that you are advertising that you are going to do a live surgery beforehand, and that live streaming of the surgical cases is not allowed actually. Proper consent procedures need to be adhered to.
So unless you see, it is the property of the patient. Whatever documentation you are writing on behalf of your patient, like videos or some lab reports or some CT scan report or some scan report, basically you are the trustee. It is in your custody. The documentation is kept with you. You are the custodian of those documents. You are not the owner. Basic owner is the patient. So you have to be careful while sharing those things on social media or sharing to other people other than the patient. Even if you are sharing to the relative, you have to be careful. Whether the intention of relative is different, maybe some civil court case is going on against those two relatives, and that particular sharing of information may be troublesome. The patient may ask you, why have you given that particular information to my relative? So it is that confidential, and you have to maintain that confidentiality and privacy. Yes, sir.
Fortunately, I came across 10,000 rupees to the doctor for recording the video without taking the consent, for publishing that video without taking the consent, and uploading that video on social media without taking the consent of the patient. And this was because and afterwards he reversed the video. First time he said, I am relieved of everything. And second time he said that I am having trouble and I am not relieved. And the complaint was with the NMC. And the NMC has fined the doctor for not taking the consents, recording and uploading the video. 10,000 rupees they have fined.
Dr. Dipanshu, you can take the care. Suppose at all you want to share something in presentations, publications. I think the identity of the person should not be disclosed. That particular photograph or that particular video can be shown in such a way that other parts of his body should be hidden properly so that identity of the person is not disclosed. And in that case, also sharing of that particular material of that patient, documentation, everything, if at all you are doing, you can take the consent. You can tell to your patient that this particular video or this particular procedure I am going to share for this and this purpose. Most of the times patients are helpful. They are helping you. But intentionally, if you are doing something and it is not, somebody is not getting that, the doctor may escape, but then you may get the trouble. One may get the trouble.
Not only procedures or surgeries, photos with the patient.
Again, photos with the patient, like Dr. Dipanshu has operated XYZ patient.
Yeah.
The result is very good. Even you want to promote that, you can stand with the patient, post that photo on the social media, taking the consent of your patient. Patient is ready. Patient says that Dipanshu Agrawal is the best doctor in the world, and he believes in you. And he has given not the oral consent, it should be the written consent somewhere that I am ready to share this particular video or photo. Then it's okay.
Actually, Dipanshu, in related to publication, if you publish somebody's photo or something, even if the photo doesn't have any identifying information, his age, his sex, or his specific disease like AIDS or some sexually transmitted infection or some other typical scenarios can make the patient identifiable by his relatives or by other doctors who have treated them. So in such cases, you have to basically, some journals are asking the authors to show the manuscript to the patient and get it approved, and definitely get an official written consent from him. And it is a good idea to show the case report. And if patient complains to the journal that my consent was not taken, then your article will be retracted, which is a like academic offense and which is a bad name in your name. So this many journals are follow this thing. So definitely get a informed consent. Yes, sir.
My son was there after going from Australia to America. He went to Boston, that is Harvard University Eye Hospital, cardiac hospital. And in that, they were given the training about social media, what not to share. And he told me that there are almost each and everything. You are not supposed to any damn thing with your hospital and with your patient. Even if your photo, if there is the background of some putty, some word, some patient's face, even that is problematic. So there was special course about social media and your practice. So I think it is not. Yes, please.
And sir, USA has stronger privacy rules, HIPAA Act, which it is called. It makes the sharing the data, medical data of patients very difficult, legally adhering to the law. So there is something HIPAA. I do not remember the full name of the act, but it is very strong in USA, and you cannot share the patient's data even to the other consultants without asking the patient and without taking proper permissions.
I will share one more important thing. Like in Australia, where my son and my daughter-in-law is there. Suppose you are going to the doctor and doctor has advised you some lab investigations or some X-ray or CT scan for that matter. That report doesn't go to the patient. The report goes to the referring doctor, and referring doctor only knows about the report. And whatever information is there in that particular report, then he shares with the patient, whatever he feels like. Like in our country, the report is directly given by the radiologists, by the pathologists to the patient and relatives. It is not given to the patient there. It is given to the referring doctor. Any comments, Dr. Mathur sir, Dr. Deshpande sir, about
this? That is the thing in vogue in the Western countries also, US, Canada and all. Like even the prescription, the pharmacy also, you can't go to the pharmacy and the doctor's prescription is transmitted to the pharmacy and the patient is asked to go and collect the medicines from the pharmacy. The patient cannot take it from anywhere. Probably there is a network of pharmacies. If you are not, you can pick up from any of the pharmacies, but that prescription gets transmitted to the pharmacy and only that quantity of medication is given to the patient. Patient can't purchase one tablet more or one tablet less.
Correct, that is true.
We are that much matured in all these things.
That system is not there here, probably because of our numbers, whatever. But that process
numbers,
is
technology
in the Western countries.
Probably the same prescription is being shared by the patient to the pharmacist so many times.
Yeah.
And he can purchase medicines multiple number of times. And sometimes if the drugs, they have got the side effects and complications, patients may not know, but what they feel that doctor has prescribed this medicine means this medicine is good and this medicine has cured my disease in the past, and he tries to take that particular medicines for months together and years together, and then there are complications or side effects. So that has to be avoided.
Mathur sir, I have a question for you. You being a senior ophthalmologist, I'm sure you must have seen there has been a lot of changes in the practicing in the past and practicing it today. So you feel that the marketing things have increased a lot these years, and how do you see the future of it, like in past 20 years and then another 20 years we are talking about it?
Yes, it is moving forward. Like even the current NMC guidelines, which have been kept in abeyance, they have given certain leeway. Dr. Deshpande also knows about it. He can elaborate a bit more on that. They are given some leeway towards advertisement. Earlier act was very strict, which is still in vogue. But the recent act, which has been kept in abeyance, it has permitted the doctors to advertise, not advertise their procedures, their this thing, but not their accomplishments. As Dr. Kudlu pointed out, you can say that I have a facility to do LASIK, but I can't say that 100% spectacle free like that. Something like less spectacle dependence, like those kind of advertisements and can be done. And subtly, not exactly advertising your name in person, this thing, but you can certainly advertise your eye clinic, for example, if you are, say, solo practitioners. Unlike corporate hospitals, they don't have any restrictions or limitations. They can go to whatever extent. But for private practitioners, for our own eye centers and all, and you do have some restrictions. You can't claim success, like you can't say my results are 100% in social media. You have to be a bit guarded, and in the future, yes, these things are going to be there. And in India, what the foolproof system that the Western countries follow about patients' confidentiality, even the lab reports, as Dr. Marathe said, are not given to the patient. The correspondence is between the doctor and the concerned lab. Here, if you do that, the patient will raise an issue, all human rights issues, limitations, competition commission, so many legal hassles are there. But that's not the case in the Western country. Like you are supposed to go to that particular lab, you are supposed to get the investigations there only, and then the report is transmitted directly to your doctor, and your doctor only or the nurse of that concerned hospital can disclose the details to you. They may or may not give the report to you also.
I think in addition to this, I must say that even Western procedure of handling medicine or medical practice is not ideal. And Indian scenario is also not ideal. So there has to be some balance. Few good things from Western countries, few good things from Indian subcontinent. Probably there has to be some matching. And these rules, regulations probably will be helpful in our country. That's what I feel.
Dr. Kaushik, do we have any more questions? It's 10 o'clock. Yeah.
No.
So any of our panelists want to comment anything before I give vote of thanks?
I think marketing basically is not for medical practice that way. That one has to remember. If at all you are doing some marketing, has to be with limitations, and you must know your limitations because it is double-edged weapon. That's what I think.
Yeah, you are right, sir. I think actually because of Aarti, I could able to do some sort of research what exactly law. And always it is pleasure talking to Marathe sir and also Mathur sir. Of course, me and Mathur sir, we are a part of GC and AOC, but especially Dr. Deshpande, what kind of knowledge, in fact, he is our legal cell chairman also, that we have to keep talking to sir, because in the coming days, these legal issues are going to become more and more. So you have to be very, very careful, and also you have to be as clean as what you are writing there. Thank you. Thank you so much, Aarti, and everybody for opportunity. So I think I would be like to have a part of this YOSI program again and again. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. I would like to thank Dr. Kudlu Prasad, sir, for being with us in spite of having some very important commitment and for covering the topic so very well. I would like to thank our panelists, Dr. Anadesh Pandey, sir, Dr. Prakash Marathe, sir, and Dr. Mathur, sir, for being with us. You have been part of all 20 sessions, and we have learned so much from you. I'm sure that Kaushik and Dipanshu will be on the same page with me on this. So thank you for being with us, and we look forward to coming episodes as well. I would like to thank Kaushik and Dipanshu for being with us. and Dr. Kaushik for moderating the session with me. And last but not the least, I would like to thank Team YOSI and our audience for being the motivating factor for us to continue this series. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank
Soon,
you.
see you
Thank
soon.
you.
Thank
Good
you, sir.
night.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good night. Good night.
Night.
Very nice.
Welcome back, Aarti. After your happy incidents in the life,
गेली ती गेली.
left?
Yes.
Okay.